basics of the D'Hondt system explained, or how a pro-Indie majority could be achieved in Holyrood. Scotland is divided into 8 regions. Each region contains 8 to 10 constituencies. Constituency MSPs are elected by the first-past-the-post system. You simply vote for the candidate you want to win, and whoever gets the most votes wins. So that's how the constituency seats are decided. Let's say there are 10 constituencies in a region. Now, imagine the SNP win 9 and the Tories win the other 1. That's the easy part to understand. However, after that, the 7 regional or list seats need to be allocated. Let's say the regional votes were cast as below, with the SNP gaining the most votes on just over 137,000, the Tories in second place on just under 86,000, with Labour, the Lib Dems and the Greens in 3rd, 4th and 5th places respectively. The D'Hondt system works by dividing a party's regional vote by the number of seats that they've already won, plus 1. So, in the previous example, because the SNP won 9 constituency seats, their vote is divided by 9 plus 1, making 10. And because the Tories won 1 constituency seat, their vote is divided by 1 plus 1, making 2. So, after D'Hondt is applied to all the parties, the Tories have the most votes with 42,924, and they win the first regional seat. So now the Tories have won 2 seats in total, 1 constituency and 1 regional, so next time their vote is divided by 2 plus 1, making 3 for the next round. In round 2, Labour now have the most votes, so they win the second regional seat. This means that because Labour have now won a seat, their vote will be divided by 1 plus 1, making 2, in the next round. So, in round 3, the Tories once again have the most votes, and they win the third regional seat. The Tories now have 3 seats in total, so their vote will be divided by 4, that's 3 plus 1, in the next round. In round 4, the Tories still have the most votes, and so they will also win the 4th regional seat. The Tories now have 4 seats in total, so their vote will be divided by 4 plus 1, making 5 in the next round. Now, in round 5, Labour have the most votes, and they win the 5th regional seat. This means Labour now have 2 seats, and their vote will be divided by 2 plus 1, making 3 in round 6. The Lib Dems win the 6th round with 18,444 votes and gain their only seat in the region. The Lib Dems will now have their vote divided by 1 plus 1, making 2 in round 7. Finally, the Tories win round 7 with 17,169 votes to secure the final regional seat. All the regional seats have now been allocated, so let's look at the final result. Looking at this example, you can see that the SNP would win 9 seats, only their original constituency seats having gained no regional seats. The Tories would return 5 MSPs, that is the 1 constituency that they'd gained previously, along with 4 regional seats gifted by the D'Hondt system. Labour would return 2 regional seats, the Lib Dems 1, with none for the Greens. But this isn't just an example. This was actually the result in North East Scotland in 2016. The Unionist parties won all 7 regional seats, with a combined total of just over 143,000 votes. The SNP total of 137,000 votes earned them 0 seats. But it didn't have to be like that. Here's what the result would have been if an alliance party had contested the regional vote and received just 50% of the SNP's votes, with the other parties remaining the same. Once D'Hondt is applied, the votes would look like this. Round 1 would go to the Alliance Party, and their vote would be divided by 2 in the next round. Round 2 goes to the Tories, giving them a total of 2 seats, and their vote would be divided by 3 in round 3. Labour win round 3 and get their first seat. Labour's vote would be divided by 2 in round 4. The Alliance win their second seat in round 4, and the Alliance vote would be divided by 3 in round 5. The Tories win round 5, giving them 3 seats in total, and their vote would be divided by 4 in round 6. The Alliance win their 3rd seat in round 6, and their vote will be divided by 4 in round 7. The Tories win the last available seat in round 7. All the regional seats have now been allocated, so let's look at the results. The SNP remain on 9 seats in total, but as you can see, that's 1 Tory MSP, 1 Labour MSP and 1 Lib Dem MSP removed, each replaced with 1 Alliance MSP, and all of that in just 1 region of Scotland. That one result in North East Scotland would have created a parliament like this. Pro-independence parties would have totalled 72, 63 SNP, 6 Greens and 3 Alliance. Unionist parties on the other hand would total 57, made up of 30 Tories, 23 Labour and 4 Lib Dems. This is a pro-Indie majority and would allow the presiding officer to be an SNP member. Even in situations where the Greens vote against the government, as they did over the Offensive Behaviour at Football and Threatening Communications Act, there would still be a majority. Pro-Indie parties would total 66, the Unionist parties and Greens would total 63. That's the difference an Alliance party could make by standing in just 1 region. Imagine the difference it could make by contesting the regional list vote all over Scotland, where hundreds of thousands of SNP votes were wasted in 2016. Don't squander your vote again in 2021. Vote SNP 1 and Alliance 2.
There is now an overdue debate in Scotland amongst those of us who believe in independence on how to best use our votes at the Holyrood elections due to take place next May. They may be some 11 months away, but the issue of the second vote at the Parliament elections next year is so vital that it needs to be discussed and debated and hopefully some consensus reached now. Giving the SNP both votes at the Scottish Parliament elections is quite simply a misuse of your vote. You're not just undermining the cause of independence, you're actually helping the Unionists. The Scottish Parliament election is conducted on a quasi-proportional system, the additional list member system. It means that if you do well in the constituency first section, then you don't do well in the second vote section, the list section. It may sound complicated, but it's quite straightforward. Everyone who believes in independence in Scotland next year, vote SNP with your first vote. That's what to do. But don't give them your second vote. Give your second vote to another pro-independence party or alliance or individual. Because giving the SNP your second vote is a wasted vote. The SNP got 950,000 second votes in 2016. How many seats did they get? 4. Scotland is broken into 8 regions for these elections. They failed to get elected in 6 of the 8 regions. They get 3 in 1 of the regions. It's quite simply a wasted vote. In Glasgow, my city of Glasgow, the SNP won all of the 9 constituency seats, but they also got 111,000 second votes. That was 47% of all of the second votes cast in Glasgow. 47%! How many MSPs did they get for that? 0, nada, none. It was a wasted vote. 111,000 votes for independence, wasted. But Glasgow elected 6 Unionists to represent the city of Glasgow. Come on, use the heat. Don't allow the Unionists to outfox us here. Make sure you use your first vote for independence and your second vote for independence. Give your first vote to the SNP and your second vote to an alternative independent supporting party, alliance or individual. It's time to max the yes.